side lying hip cars or controlled articular rotations. This is a really great option for anybody that doesn't want to worry about their balance, maybe isn't feeling that up to it that day. You could literally do this lying in bed to just get some movement through your body. Now, what we're always looking for is, are we getting any movement from places that we didn't ask for? And I'm looking at getting my top hip, when I'm lying on my side, to do all of the movement here. And I have a couple of things that are gonna help me keep me honest, but I wanna be clear that the two props that I have here are totally unnecessary. You do not need to bring these into the picture if you just wanna lie on your bed and do a couple hip cars. But I'm gonna show you why they might be beneficial to you as well. So I'm gonna lie on my side, and I'm going to use this yoga block, whatever range is comfortable to me. I'm going to try to crush it. And that crushing is going to help me just get more neural drive through my body, more activation through what I'm trying to work on. And it's going to, I'm holding it overhead in a comfortable range of motion over my shoulders, so it's going to help me notice what's going on with my rib cage here. So is the ground, because I've got all this good sensory feedback from the ground to notice if I'm rolling forwards or backwards. You could also use a rod front foam roller or put the yoga block behind your lower back to notice if you start to roll over, because it's gonna, you're gonna bump into it and knock it over, okay? And this dumbbell here, or a kettlebell or something heavy like that, it could be the side of your couch. If you could, anyway, actually that wouldn't be great because it would be in your way, but something that I can hook this bottom leg into at about a 90-degree angle is just gonna help me have something to anchor to and feel any feedback about whether or not I'm rolling to one side or the other, okay? So I'm just wrapping my leg around at around a 90-degree angle-ish and hooking into that. And I'm holding on really tight here. So I'm gonna give you a few seconds, if you are using a prop, to squeeze on to your yoga block or whatever you have in your hands. And I'm gonna stay nice and on my side and bring my top knee into as much flexion as I can here, okay? Now, I want you to choose one position for your ankle. Would you rather do this with a pointed toe or rather do this with a lifted toe or doing your hook? For jiu-jitsu specific stuff, I'd probably recommend you working on the hook because most of the time you're gonna be doing that position. So I'm hooked into this, bringing my knee to my chest. Now I'm gonna get my knee as far towards the ceiling as I can without rolling over. I'm gonna keep it as far back as I can and as high as I can and bring my heel even farther behind me for internal rotation. And then I'm gonna continue passing that knee, rotating that bone, passing that knee as far as I can in a big circle all the way down the hip extension, right? If you want to work adduction, you can bring that knee towards the floor. Oh man, my inner thigh is almost cramping. And then we're gonna come back and return path. So I'm gonna reach back as far as I can. Brace your abs here, so you're gonna notice if you start to stretch, keep your ribs right where they are. Brace your abs and reach your knee as far behind you as you can. Keep your toes back or pointed, whichever one you chose, and then open that up. You're gonna point your knee back to the ceiling as far behind you as you can. From there, start bringing your knee as high as you can back towards your chest. Okay, we're gonna do 3 reps. And you could also do adduction here by bringing your knee towards the floor without rolling your chest towards the floor. Okay, so keep your rib cage locked where it is. Bring your knee up towards your chest, out to the ceiling, toes back. Keep the knee right where it is, bring your heel behind you, rotating that femur, and then start to point the knee behind you. Don't arch your back, keep those abs braced. Bring your knee all the way as close to the floor as you can without your hip picking up big, okay? So I'm gluing my side to the ground. Reach your knee as far back as you can without arching your back, so keep those abs nice and tight. Bring that back out to the ceiling, knee to ceiling. Pass it as high as you can up to your chest and close to the floor if you can get there. You're gonna do one more round. Bring it up towards your chest, out to the ceiling, heel behind you. Keep those abs braced as you bring it back. It's very tempting to rotate through your abs or your rib cage and as close to the floor as you can. Bring that back, keep your abs braced, knee goes behind, point the knee to the ceiling. Keep your side glued to the ground. Bring that knee up, and then all the way back to the floor. Okay, let's do the other side. So my bottom leg is braced here, hooked around my objects, reaching high overhead. I'm squeezing here. Bring my knee as tight to my chest as I can. Open it to the ceiling. Kick my heel behind. Keep that knee up and back. And reach as far back as I can without rolling through my ribs. Make sure you can breathe. Bring that knee as close to the floor as you can. And notice if your ribs start to pick off of the ground, which is a compensation, right? Point that knee as far behind you as you can without arching your back. Open the knee to the sky. Bring it in towards your chest. And touch the floor if you can. Bring it back to your chest. Open to the sky. Where are those toes? What's your ankle doing? Are you getting any motion anywhere else you didn't ask for? Brace everything else strong. Kick the heel behind you. Bring it as far back as you can without arching your back. And then down to the floor. I can't bring this side as close to the floor, which is interesting. I start to pick up really soon. Okay, reach back as far as you can. Open to the sky. Bring the knee into the chest. And as close to the floor as you can here. One more time. Into the chest. Out to the sky. Kick the heel as far behind you as you can. If you had a wall here, you're pivoting against that wall. Reach back. And knee towards the floor. I'm going to cramp in my adductor. Oh my God. Keep the abs braced. Reach your knee back. Keep that side glued to the ground. Open to the ceiling. Bring the knee in. And bring it down. Of course, you could do a bunch more of these if you wanted. And if you're really working on it, I would do 5 sets of 5 for any of these things that you're really working on getting better at. Okay? So enjoy that. And there's your side lying of cars.